This morning, we heard from President Trump at the World Economic Forum. He really focused on this a lot. He seems to very adamantly want oil prices lower to help with the inflation story, not just in the US, but abroad. He also wants less regulation for US oil producers. He also seems really tough on Canada. He's also strong on immigration, or at least strict on it, I guess. You know, this is a very controversial and tough one, but this does actually have economic ramifications because, again, if you stop too many people from coming into the country, there's actually a void of jobs that can be inflationary there. So that is something to be at least paying attention to. Next up, he's very adamant about making products in the United States, and also wants foreign countries to even come make your products in the United States. And if you do so, you get tax benefits. I think he mentioned as low as 15%, which is, you know, a very good tax savings. He also made it very clear that if you're essentially going to be making your products and exporting them into the United States, imports will be paying tariffs, which is an important distinction here because, again, he's basically saying, come to our country, make it, you get a tax break, make it outside, and if you want to access the US consumer base, you have to pay a tariff. Trump also sounded surprisingly optimistic on China and on Russia. Now, I actually thought he would be more the opposite of this. I thought he was going to be more tough on China and Russia and more friendly to, you know, our G7 allies like Europe. But he actually kind of did the opposite. He seemed to actually quite frustrated with EU regulations, and he also was frustrated with the military to GDP ratio spending being conducted by European nations. He says that the US is paying the difference. He also contributed the Russian-Ukraine war to what they're doing, I guess, with not reducing prices. Basically, by not reducing prices, the OPEC nations he's claiming are actually supporting the war. And finally, he seems adamant about wanting to denuclearize with Putin.